Welcome. I'm glad you've taken a moment to listen to this story, The Frog King by the Brothers Grimm. I'm Richard Reeds. I'm delighted you've joined me today. This is a tale of magical transformations, steadfast promises, and loyalty tested by the strangest of circumstances. As we follow the young princess and the remarkable frog, you may find yourself wondering, can appearances deceive? And can courage and honor truly overcome enchantment? Long ago, in a time when wishes might still come true, there lived a king whose daughters were all fair, yet the youngest surpassed them all in beauty. So radiant was she that even the sun, accustomed to endless marvels, paused to gaze upon her. Near the royal castle stretched a vast, shadowed forest, and within it, beneath an ancient linden tree, lay a deep well. On hot days, the king's daughter would wander there, resting by the cool water's edge. To amuse herself, she would toss her golden ball high into the air and catch it again, delighting in its gleaming arc. One day, however, the ball slipped from her fingers and fell into the well. She watched in despair as it sank into the dark, unfathomable depths, and tears welled in her eyes. Through her sobbing, a strange voice called out, "What ails thee, king's daughter? Thy tears would melt a heart of stone." Looking around, she saw nothing but a frog, stretching his thick, ugly head from the water. "Oh, is it you, old waddler?" she exclaimed. "I weep because my golden ball has fallen in." "Do not weep," said the frog. "I can retrieve it for you. But tell me, what will you give me in return?" "Whatever you desire," she replied. "My clothes, my jewels, even my golden crown." "Your treasures do not please me," said the frog. "But if you will love me, and allow me to be your companion and playmate, to sit by you at table, eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep in your little bed, then I will dive and fetch your ball." "Oh, very well," she said. "I will promise it all," though in her heart she thought such nonsense could never come to pass. At her word, the frog submerged, returning shortly with the golden ball, which he placed on the grass. The princess snatched it joyfully and ran home, forgetting entirely the frog, who could only watch as she hurried away. The following day, as the princess dined with her father in the court, a tapping sounded at the door. A voice cried, "Youngest king's daughter, let me in!" Startled, she opened the door to find the frog waiting. She hastily shut it again, her heart racing. The king asked, "Why do you tremble, my child? Is a giant at the door?" "No, father," she replied, "but a horrid frog. Yesterday he retrieved my golden ball, on condition I would let him be my companion. I did not think he could follow me home, yet here he is." Once more the voice called, "Youngest king's daughter, open to me. By the well water, what promised you me? Youngest king's daughter, now open to me." The king spoke firmly. "A promise made in a moment of need must be honored. Let him in." The princess obeyed. The frog hopped after her to her chair and demanded to be lifted onto it. Reluctantly, she obeyed at the king's insistence. Soon, he wanted to sit at the table, sharing her golden plate. Though she was uneasy, she complied, and the frog feasted. When the meal ended, he insisted on being carried to her chamber and placed in her bed. The princess wept at the thought of sharing her bed with such a cold, strange creature. Yet the king reminded her, "That which you promised, you must perform." At last, in a fit of frustration, she seized the frog and hurled him against the wall. And as he struck, he transformed instantly into a prince, his eyes kind and noble. With her father's blessing, they were soon betrothed. The prince revealed that a wicked witch had bound him with enchantment, and only she could undo it. A magnificent carriage, drawn by 8 white horses with plumed heads and golden harness, awaited them. Behind it stood faithful Henry, the prince's devoted servant, who had endured such sorrow for his master that 3 iron bands had been placed over his heart to prevent it from breaking. As the carriage set off, the prince heard a strange sound at the rear. "Henry, the wheel must be breaking," he cried. "No, my lord," replied Henry. "It is not the wheel, but the bands around my heart which now break from the joy of your deliverance." Once, twice, and again the same sound came. Each time it was the iron bands loosening, releasing the faithful servant's heart from the burden of grief, now replaced by pure, unbounded happiness. Thank you for sharing this tale of promises kept, courage tested, and loyalty rewarded. Sometimes the heart must endure great trials before it is free to rejoice. And true devotion often surpasses even the most magical of enchantments. I'm Richard Reeds, and perhaps we will meet again when a new story is ready to be told.